continues. And let's go to Ward Todd for the introductions to our next bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is scheduled for 4 rounds in the featherweight division. The referee is Ron Lempton, and introducing first in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, weighing 127 pounds. He has a record of 1 win in his first professional fight out of Brooklyn, New York. This is Dave Brown. Dave Brown. In the red corner, wearing the white trunks, weighing 127 pounds. Professional record of 2 wins. A pair of losses and a draw from Elizabeth, New Jersey, Jose Hernandez.
Jose Hernandez, 25 years old, born in Puerto Rico, grew up in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And we saw him August 20th in Atlantic City in a very close fight against unbeaten Ismael Sanders. Sanders won a controversial split decision.
Yeah, and he came on like a freight train in a lot of rounds, Sam, after absorbing some punishment early in the fight.
Here's Jose Hernandez, and taking on a former New York Golden Gloves champion in Dave Brown. Dave Brown from Brooklyn, New York, across the way, is 22 years old, has been boxing for 10 years, and claims an amateur record of 119-13, won the novice championship at 119 pounds in 1987, and is the last man to have defeated Junior Jones. He beat Junior Jones 3-2 in the Empire State Games in 1987.
Well, Sam, he must have the skills, Golden Glove champion, and a win over Junior Jones. He must have the boxing skills, but again, with 1 pro fight, been inactive.
Well, he was inactive for 1.5 years because of a problem he had with his nose. He would train and his nose would get inflamed, had a lot of problems breathing, thought he had done damage to his nose, then got it checked out and found out he had allergies. So now he's under legal medication, and things have cleared up, and he's now active as a pro. This is his second fight. He turned pro August 25th of this year.
And Sam, he's in with a guy, Hernandez, who should bring out all of his best skills. You can't be rusty and be in with a guy like Hernandez, because Hernandez presses and wings, as we see. Not hitting much now, but eventually he starts to get the range.
Hernandez had a very brief amateur career, turned pro in 1988, but he had trouble getting fights, and only this year is he starting to get more visit. Brown got in a good right hand, and another one.
And you can see the skills that Brown has, throwing perfect punches, straight right hand, good left hook underneath.
Good right hand from Dave Brown.
Work your way out.
And now Hernandez switches to southpaw.
Caught Brown with a right hand. That uppercut just missed, but that combination didn't. Hernandez applying some pressure.
Well, the only thing that might hinder Dave Brown in winning this fight is stamina. Second pro fight, he's fighting 6 rounds, and this Hernandez, he just doesn't know how to quit. Excuse me, 4-round fight.
Stop punching, step back, please. Box.
Hernandez, we've seen before, has been in 6-round fights. Trying to apply some pressure. Brown has been catching him. Round 2. Hernandez stays with the southpaw stance. Good jab by Brown. Hernandez stays right on you when he gets inside, doesn't he?
Sam, that's all he knows how to do. I don't think he knows whether he's fighting southpaw, northpaw, or what, but he's just a tough guy that's going to throw punches. And Sam, wasn't that a 6-round fight that we saw him in?
Yes, with Sanders.
That's how I got that 6 into my head.
Right hand lands hit for Hernandez. Brown trying to answer back. And as you mentioned, he came on strong the last couple of rounds.
Right, so then why, very seldom a guy, once he does fairly well in a 6-round fight, would you ever drop him back into a 4?
Hands are free, keep fighting. Hands are free, keep fighting.
Hernandez a little looping and a little wide with his punches. Brown has been straight with that right hand.
Well, Brown has the skills, Sam.
Hands are free, fight on the inside, punch your way out.
But since Hernandez has switched to southpaw, Brown has not been effective as he was in the first round. Landing some combinations now, but they're not. What a tough kid this Hernandez is. There's that winging punch. He's liable to nail you at any time.
Oh, yeah. Brown seems to be doing the right things, but he's having problems just taking the fight out of Hernandez.
Well, Hernandez is such a very awkward guy. You hate to put him in the same breath as a former great world champion like Gene Fullman, but Fullman was awkward like that. Awkward, very, very strong. Didn't look like much of a fighter, but he was very effective.
Brown landed a couple of lefts. Good moves by Hernandez, avoided those last punches by Brown.
Here he comes.
Time winding down in round 2. The first 2 rounds. Good left hand and a right hand, and Hernandez blasting away. Maybe he knew what you were going to tell me on the scorecard, Gil.
I gave the first 2 rounds to Brown.
And Hernandez coming out winging. I thought the second round was close, but I also gave the first 2 rounds to Brown.
Yeah, the second round was close. Again, ever since Fernandez switched to southpaw, he's been more effective, while Brown has been less effective, whichever way you want to put it.
As Gil pointed out, Hernandez dropping down to a 4-round bout from a 6, doesn't have the time that he had earlier to try and come on in the late rounds. He's got to start coming on right now. And he's been very aggressive to start this 3rd round.
Work your way out. Work your way out.
Ron Lipton, the referee, with a caution to Jose Hernandez.
You know, it's all right for Hernandez to shake his head that Hernandez, you didn't hurt me, but the judges score the points. And that's what he's trying to do, is win a fight.
But he slipped more punches the last couple of rounds with some better head movement.
Oh, yes, he does. He slips a lot of punches. No question about that, but he also gets hit with a lot of punches.
Hernandez going back to right hand. Keeps shaking his head, moving in. The uppercut landed, and a quick left hand sends Hernandez down. Pretty combination by Dave Brown. The count is 8, and up gets Hernandez. He says he's okay. And he almost stumbled backwards.
Sam, he doesn't have a leg under him. Better watch him closely.
Good right hand. Hernandez using Brown to keep him up. Another good right hand by Brown as he looks to finish. Hernandez in serious trouble. Ron Lipton steps in, and a standing 8 count is administered here. 3 knockdown rule, or any combination of knockdowns and standing 8 in effect. 20 seconds remaining in the round. Cannot be saved by the bell. Brown looking for the finish. Hernandez wobbles, stumbles backwards. That should be it. That should be it. They're counting, and that's it. Hernandez wondering why. He didn't think it was a knockdown, but that is it. It's over. The trainer, Angel Rivera, in there. Peter DePasquale, the manager, and Dave Brown, whose career was on hold for a year and a half, now has put together back-to-back wins in 2 months. Actually, in the span of a month, August 25th and September 25th.
And a very, very impressive knockout, Sam. We saw Hernandez get hit with everything but the kitchen sink in his last fight, and nothing happened. So Brown, besides having the boxing skills, apparently has the punch. Let's take a look at that knockdown. Here's that right hand underneath. Left hook on the chin.
Real short.
Short left hook. Now watch that right hand underneath. Here's the right hand. Left hook right on the temple, Sam.
Good combination by Brown. And Hernandez really never recovered. Dave Brown now 2-0 in his start to his pro career. Here's Ward Todd with the official time.
2 minutes, 59 seconds of the third round. The winner by TKO, Dave Brown.
Impressive performance by 22-year-old Dave Brown from Brooklyn, a former New York Golden Gloves champion, former Empire State champion, and now off to a good start in his pro career. And I would venture to guess we will see him again, Gil.
Oh, absolutely, Sam. He looks like he's a young fellow that has the talent. If he's brought along properly, maybe we'll be able to understand why he beat Junior Jones a couple of times.
Good performance by Dave Brown. Fight night action continues in just a moment.